Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning.
Waalaikumsalam, Doktor.
Good morning, Doctor.
Okay, how are you today? Semua sihat tak sabar nak habiskan hari ni and then you can have 3 days break. Please use the break wisely. You can choose to hari raya lagi or you can choose to do revision or assignment. Kena balance lah. Okay, kita for today, I send you the video on the 2.3.5 separation of variables. That will be the last. Okay, the last method in solving first order. First order PDE. Maksudnya dah ada tadi, I'm waiting for example B punya jawapan. Okay, dah ada. Hopefully you have watched the video. I will not repeat dia punya theory or steps. Okay, I will straight away discuss on the example. Separation of variables. Siapa yang belum tengok video tu, bolehlah menyelit sekejap ni while I copy the example. Example punya solution ya. Ni dah ada. B, separation of variables. Ini soalan up to here. Okay. Any questions on the method, on the steps? Saya copy je lah semua. 6E3X.6e to the power of, let me check the answer. Yes, basically that's correct. Put it over here. What dah pula? Salah nak put. Keep lagi. It's good if you have finished all the example. If not, setelah sambil menyelam minum air, sambil saya buat ni, you can proceed to complete all the example. Semua ada sini. Saya dekat office, so office screen ni besar. Jadi taklah kecil sangat dah nampak Okay, all in here, separation variable B 2.3.5. So ready with your pen, paper, mathematics. Ni. Jangan saya ke telinga lah saya syik pesan. Mathematics, you cannot read or just listen. Make sure tangan gerak. Tangan tak gerak, tak kira, tak buat. Calculation tu bukan matematik samanya. Ready ya? Participant 50. Tadi pun yang section 1 pun macam 58 macam tu. Kenapa tak ramai? For this attendance like quite okay, 60, 62, 64. Ada apa dia ni? Kalau dekat UTM here, right now, ada NC punya jamuan raya, tak tahulah you, if you are here, tengah pergi jamuan raya ke apa? Saya tak pergilah sebab ada kelas. Sip lah. Dekat siapa yang dah ada, kalau you dah jalan-jalan, dia dekat ni lah, Dewan Sultan Iskandar. Ada di perjumpaan with NC. So this time dia sekali dengan jamuan raya. Okay, let's start 2.3.5b. Okay, example 2.3.5b. Basically, if you refer the question asks us to use separation of variables to solve this first order PDE. Okay, this is the first order PDE and the given condition. Okay, in using separation of variable, so this will be the step where first of all you need to let your solution, in this case our dependent is u. So in here we need to let the u lah. The solution equals to the multiplication of the function of the independent variables. In our case, the independent variable is x and y. So here, the function of x, so we use capital X in bracket small x, and then times with function of y. So you follow through question. If your independent variable is, for example, del u del t, and then equals to 2 del u del y, so it will be the y times with the t lah. So you follow through. And then if you, for example, your dependent variable is not u, it is the del z del x. So your let here should be the z, not the u. Okay, you follow through questions. Okay, this is the step. So we said that we want our solution to be in this form. It is a separate multiplication of a separable function x and also y. Okay, because we assume that our solution in this form, so it must satisfy that the ux and the uy. Bila kita masuk in the original given equation, mesti satisfy lah. It must satisfy the given original equation. So that's why we find the ux, we find the uy, and then plug in into the original PDE. Ux, partial derivative of u respect to x. So x is a function of x only. So capital X prime. Y become constant. U, partial derivative respect to y. So the function of x is a constant. So just write down the capital X. And then differentiate y with respect to small y. So y, capital Y prime. Plug in into the original equation. The x prime y, correct, equals to 2xy prime, correct. And then plus u. Okay, u, ni tak ada u lah. Ni tak ada ni. Tak ada ni, ni tak ada. Dia just u replaced by x times y lah. Okay. Now let me see. Your friend here, just bring everything to the left hand side. Okay, you can do that. Okay. And then next, we try to write down our equation in separable form, x with x, y with y. So in here, so basically, kalau senang nak nampak, it is like we divide everything with xy. So the first term will become x prime over x. And we can cancel out the y. And then this one dia bawa balik ke kanan. Okay. So 2, ataupun kalau you nak ignore this line pun okay. The kind of, you can ignore this line, right? So dia from here lah. So you divide that with x, y. So x prime of x equals to 2 the capital X we can cancel out, so 2y prime of y, xy divided by xy become 1. Okay, and this statement x prime divided by x equals to 2y prime divided by y plus 1. Okay, this statement only true if both equal to constant. Because x is a function of x, y is a function of y. You imagine left hand side equal to right hand side. If you have function x dekat x, ada juga terms in y dekat y, dia both side cannot be equal kan? So dia mesti constant lah. Left hand side constant, both side, right hand side constant. So that's why the x prime divided by x equals to blah blah ni. Must equals to a constant, k here constant. If you don't want to use k, you can use whatever you want, a, b, c, d or whatever. So I use k here to represent the constant. So next step in the separation of variable method, consider each case. X over x, x prime over x equals to a constant, and then the second terms in y also equals to k. So you separate it to become two investigation lah on x and y. The aim is to find the capital X and to find the capital Y. Okay lah. These are two and then the other one. So both we need to solve. Normally, the function will be in separable form. For example, yang ni yang X kan. This is separable equation. And take note that the X prime, this one is the D capital X. Okay. So normally in separation of variables, we use, so jangan confuse lah, we use capital XX. Sebenarnya boleh je macam, this is the whole thing is a function in X in general, right? Arbitrary function. So kalau for example you nak guna capital F, X, boleh je. Yang Y tu tak nak guna capital Y, guna capital G for example. Boleh. Okay. So cuma kita tahulah. In separation variable, we let our solution so that it is a multiplication of a function of X and then times with a function of Y. So reference book, dia depends. But most of the time, dia guna capital X. In bracket tu small x. Dependent capital, yang dia punya independent small letter. Okay, back to here. X prime is the dx capital, d small x. So yang capital X ni bawa kanan, so k times this capital X lah. Alright. And this is separable equation. We get ln x equals to kx plus c. If just x, so it become exponent on the right hand side. E to the power of c, we can write down as a constant capital E over here. So this is the solution for capital X. Now investigate for capital Y. And normally also it will be separable equation over here. So y here, alright, the k minus 1, bring 1 to the right hand side, so k minus 1, and then multiply with 2, and then divide by 2. So the y prime, same as in the x prime ni, y prime is the dy, d capital Y, d and then small y, right? So ini lah, and this is the y prime, capital Y prime. Separable, make it separable, the d small y bring to the right hand side, the capital Y ke sini, to the left hand side. Left hand side integrate will give us ln y. Right hand side integrate will give us ky minus y divided by 2 plus c. Okay. The e to the power of c can be written as a new constant b lah. Okay. Once we have the x, the capital X and the capital Y, because we said that our solution u is the multiplication of the x and the capital Y. So this is it. So the uxy equals to the multiplication of x with the capital Y. The a times b, a constant, b constant, we can simplify our general solution so that a times b though is written in a new constant d. This is general solution. This is general solution. Okay, in this example, we are given condition where ux0 equals to 6 times e to the power of 3x, right? 6 times e to the power of minus 3x. Not that, okay, guys, minus 3x, eh? Okay, minus 3x. So let's plug in. Let's plug in. U x0. So meaning that x minus 10x, y replaced by 0. And it must equals to 6e to the power of minus 3x. So plug in into the general solution. Plug in into here. So d maintain d, e to the power of kx. So y replaced by 0. So correct. And it must equals to 6e to the power of minus 3x dx. Okay. Proceed. So d. So we'll get d times e to the power of kx equals to here. So by direct comparison, we can see that d will equals to 6, k will equals to minus 3. Now we can update our general solution. So replace d with 6, so 6 e to the power of k is minus 3x, so plus 1, k is minus 3, blah, blah. So finally, you will get 6 e to the power of minus 3x plus 1. Okay, so that's the answer. If you have time, you can check. You can check your answer, whether it's correct or not. How do you check? This is our uxy. So you find from the uxy, I write down lagi sekali lah. So you find the ux in order to substitute into ini lah balik ni. Our solution ni must satisfy the PDE, right? So you boleh check lah. Cuba ux dapat apa? Ux is minus 18 e to the power minus. Lepas tu in the equation kita ada uy. Uy equals to uy. Dia ada minus, right? Minus 12 lah. Betul tak tu? Uy minus 12. Kan? Itu u. Cuba letak, dia satisfy tak? So ux will equals to 2. Dapat tak? Kalau kita ambil 2 uy tambah u, dia dapat apa? So 2 of the minus 24 e to the power of minus ini bla 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 ni. That's 2 uy plus u is plus 6, right? Plus 6 e to the power of minus ni. Minus 24 plus 6, minus 18 lah. Minus 18 e to the power of bla bla bla. So which is, this is u lah. This is, sorry, ux kan. So it's true. So 2 uy plus u equals to ux, or ux equals to 2 uy plus u. Okay. Dan on B now, mana C tadi dah ada, sini. Ini cantik. Cantik in the sense of dia memahami saya nak mengopi kat sepanjang tu hasil muat ni. Dan kenapa pula dia ada apa kat situ? Gelap. Tak payah, sikit-sikit kot macam tempek semua boleh muat ni. Cantik. Aku nak copy sikit-sikit. Cool. Okay, yang ini interesting. Saya tunggu juga ada yang nak bertanya tak? Ini case of bila buat bila you plug in the condition, dia ada two terms kan? Tadi saya dah go through sikit. Yang ni dia buat, dia ada beberapa cara lah. Ini satu cara Kat sini. Boleh go through. This, apa ni nama apa? Separation of variables punya method. Nanti dalam second order pun ada. First order sebab dia first order dia simple sikit lah method ni. Second order ni panjang. Apa you all? Saya aim ni boleh settle cepat lah ni. So that kita boleh proceed dengan second order. Okay, alright. Mana? Kira tadi group berapa entah? 6. Now group 7 Oh, ada kat sini. Final answer tadi macam saya dah check. Basically correct. Saya kecilkan sikit nanti saya nak buat kat bawah. Sekejap ni C. Oh, okay. Dia faktorkan macam tu. Example 2.3.5C now. Use separation of variables. This is the PDE and the given condition. Okay, let's go through. Let x, y equals to this one, correct? Once again, check. Yes, the dependent variable is u, the independent is x, y. So, u will equals to x times y. Alright. So, from that one, find the ux. Partial derivative of u respect to x. So, x prime y. uy is xy prime. And then, all this plug into the original equation. So, ni dia tulis balik ni. Dia tulis balik sini. So, therefore, x prime y correct minus 2xy prime correct minus 3xy equals to 0. Alright. And then next divide by xy because we want to make it separable between the x and y. So the hint is, or the trick is you divide by xy lah. X prime divided by x, okay, minus 2y prime divided by y, okay, minus 3 equals to 0. X prime divided by x equals to ini equals to a constant k. And then, so we have two equations here, one for x, and then the other one for y, right? Okay, some of you might on this step, kat sini, let's say you nak buat, you maintain the 3 with the x. And then you biar the y just 2y prime over 1. You can do this, not the problem. Ini also okay. But you will see that your general solution will look a bit different lah. But don't worry. As I mentioned, general solution can look different. But once you plug in the condition, final answer must be the same. Boleh Kan dia just, yelah, it depends on which one yang you bawa kiri kanan. Okay. If you do it like this, should be okay. Boleh je. So I will just proceed with what your friend did over here, where they maintain yang ni lah. Ni dengan ni, so we have two equation to solve. Right, ni dengan ni. So for the x function, okay, bawa kiri kanan, so the x prime is the dx over d small x. So log x lah. Finally, the capital X will equals to a times e to the power of kx. Saya pergi laju ni, boleh kan? Sama je macam sebelum ni. Any question? All good? Okay, nampak thumbs up. Ang Chin Siang. Ke tu? Ada hilang dah nama. Okay, Nur Anumila Shazura. Okay, good. Ya, Shazura. Okay. Do the same thing for Y. Okay, bawa kiri kanan, gedebuk-gedebak. Finally, rearrange, write carefully. We can write down in this form. That's for Y. Okay. So once we have the capital X and the capital Y, now we can write the general solution, where we know that U is the multiplication of the X and the Y. Plug in the X and the Y, and the A times B, A constant, B constant, A times B is a constant. So we can reduce, kita boleh simplify our general solution here as D, as a new constant D. Buat apa nak panjang-panjang A, B kan? So just write down 1 and D kat sini. This is general solution. Now, plug in the limit. Which one is the limit? Yang ini. Limit pula, not limit, condition. Ux0 equals to blah, blah, blah. Okay, Ux0 meaning that X maintain X, Y replaced by 0. So if you replace Y by 0 over here, so this term hilang lah. Yang tinggal D e to the kx. Okay. And this one must equals to the 2 times e to the minus 5x plus. Inilah. Kita ganti dia kat sini. Right. So your friend buat macam ni So dia factorize. Dia factorize the e to the minus x. So in bracket you will have 2e to the minus 4x plus. Okay. Then you compare. So when you compare D with equals to and the one in bracket lah. So K equals to minus 1. So now if you update your general solution here. So D replaced by 2 e to the minus 4x plus 3. And then times with e to the power of kx. K is minus 1, so minus x. So plus k is minus 1, minus 1, minus 3, minus 4. Minus 4 divided by 2, minus 2y. So finally you get this one. Okay, the answer is correct. This is the answer. Yes, you can do this. But I will still show you what else can you do if you have this type of situation. Start from here lah. From here. Situ. So basically when we substitute the condition, we will have ini and this one equals to okay. The other approach that you can do is for the case where we have one term on the left hand side, but then we have two terms on the right hand side. What you can do is, if you have two terms on the right hand side, you need to do you need to consider macam ada two case kat sini. One is you compare with this term. Macam you ambil one term each time. So in the other one, ni. So yang ni akan bagi you macam one solution. Let's say I put down as U1. And then the other one will give you another solution U2. You can refer to, if you tengok reference book apa dia on the superposition principle. Superposition principle. Okay. So number one, and you one lah. Yang pertama that's the one. So you compare the DEKX. Compare with the first term, you ignore the second term. So from here you will get D equals to 2 and then K will equals to minus 5, right? Ini C Ini C PQ minus 5. So therefore, U1. Update you homogeneous solution. Three K will equals to minus 1, right? So this one will give you like, let's say U2. Another solution. U2 now D, update our general solution. This time D equals to 3, so 3 e to the power of K equals to minus 1, so minus X. Okay. Minus, and then minus 1, minus 3, minus 4 divided by 2, minus 2y. Okay. Superposition state, you punya final answer, the solution will be the combination of all possible answers. Ini consider possible answers lah. If you compare the first term, kita dapat one solution, U1, dapat U lah. And then from the second term, when we compare, we get another solution, right? We did not add U2 here. So your U here, your final answer will be the U1 plus U2. Okay, let's say you have three terms. You have ada lagi terms. Macam ni, not just 2 e to the minus 5x plus 3 e to the minus, ada lagi plus something. So you can do the same thing. Ada another third investigation. You get U3. So you add up lah dekat sini. So that is superposition principle. Kalau kita tambah ni, dia mesti akan dapat jawapan sama ni. Jawapan dia akan sama. Macam yang your friend did. Normally, I think most reference book, kalau you tengok, dia akan buat cara ni. So plus 3 e to minus x minus 2y. Right? So, sama je kan? So, that's the answer. Mesti sama. Saya ada salah salin ke? Minus 4y 3e minus x minus 2y. Okay, your friends punya jawapan 2 e to the power minus kejap. Your friends answer yang dekat sini minus 4y kan? I thought dia patut dapat jawapan sama. Kalau buat macam ni, dia tak sama kan dekat. Kalau you expand, yang ni dapat, dia dapat minus 2y correct? This part. Saya kira, let me check. Ini D2, so 2e to the power of minus 5x. So minus 5 minus 3 minus 8 divided by 2 minus 4y. Okay, correct. Yang ini D. So meaning that, yang ni tak sama kan? Ke or miss out something? Yang first term ni. Tak sama. Alright, okay. I thought boleh dapat sama. Mungkin ada certain situation boleh dapat sama. So you should take note. Okay. Dia senang je. Nanti kalau if you argue yang mana satu betul, okay, macam this one, macam seems look okay kan? Cuma dia akan ada when we discuss di matematik, D is a constant. D is a constant. Dia macam ni tiba-tiba sini D ni tidaklah pula constant. Nampak tak? If you come across di mana satu betul ni, senang saja. You check lah. You check. Whatever your answer is, dia mesti satisfy. Nak guna yang mana ni? Yang ni. Padam balik banyak sangat pula merah saya ni. Dia mesti satisfy ni. Okay. Dia mesti satisfy tu. Yang mana yang satisfy? Panjang pula nak kira. Saya adalah buat calculation ni. Patutnya yang ini. So, ini kena take note lah. So, meaning that certain situation tu dia depends on the number tu, you can get the same answer but not this time. So, you take note here. So, take note here when we compare ini dengan ni, dia ada tak sama sikit on yang part. Ini kan, if you expand, ini if you expand, dia akan equals to 2e to minus 5x. And then dia minus 2y. And then yang the next ni, ini dia 3e to minus x minus 2y. Okay, so dia tak sama. You kena take note. The for sure correct approach will be the superposition principle. Okay, if you come across you're not sure which one is correct, you check. You check dia punya answer lah. Mana saya nak buat ni? I will consider this one. Tanda apa pula ni? 2 star from ni. So you can find the ux in order to replace in original equation lah. You can find the punya ux and then we have uy. Ux minus 10e to the power of minus 5x minus 4y. Panjang sikit lah. Okay. And then minus 3e to minus ini. Okay. This is ux and then you buat uy. You check. Okay. I have my calculation over here. This one should be true. Okay. You can prove that it satisfies the ux minus 2uy minus 3u equals to 0. Then you cuba check yang ni. Is it satisfied or not? Okay. Good. So this is why I love to see students punya calculation so that we can come across different punya approach and then we can discuss and then we can investigate whether the given method tu boleh digunakan ke tidak. So I thought at first should be okay. So nampaknya tak boleh lah ni. Ada siapa? Check. Kalau you guna solution ni, boleh dapat tak, dissatisfy tak the PDE? Siapa rajin boleh check Right. Dah kemana dah kita ni? BC, okay. Satu lah. Okay, while saya copy-copy ni, you boleh try to check dia punya to get a better understanding, and then to train your mind lah. Bila you come across certain situation, macam mana you nak think of. Macam mana aku nak check yang mana satu yang betul ni. That kind of thinking. Okay, now D. Agak bersabar, saya nak copy dia punya jawapan. Okay, soalan ada kat situ. Ini pun yang tu, jenis ada tu juga. Okay, yang ini dia buat macam mana pula? Yang ni lain pula approach. Cuba kita tengok. Yang ni macam okay kalau approach ni sebab basically non D. D pun dia dapat constant juga. Dia tak dapat constant. Good. Tengok. Apa jadi? Sama tak dengan kalau kita guna superposition principle? Sampai mana saya nak copy ni? Sampai sini dulu. Minit. Hopefully kita boleh take a break at 12 before we proceed with second order. Lepas itu, ini sampai sini. Oh, ni muat tak? Saya boleh copy terus je tadi. And then, lagi satu, kalau siapa rajin boleh juga check yang macam ni lah. Yang kalau dia bawa 3 ke X. Boleh tengok, you can have a feeling kat mana beza dia. Sampai situ. Condition. U0T. Ada ni pula. Ini final answer basically. Let me check with mine. 2x x. Okay, good. Tulis sikit. Bagus section ni. Dia ada macam-macam approach. So kita we can discuss together and we can yalah. We can see together apa dia punya effect dia bila lain approach. Nak gerak yang sebelah, yang ni yang gerak. Yang gerak. Okay, all in there. Question. Mana ada saya terpancung lah ni. Terpancung. Di setengah calculation. Tak tu masuk. Okay. Yang for sure the method is that superposition principle. You kena compare each term. Okay, let's start with this one. D. Tadi saya dah start belum start recording. Example 2.3.5, D here. This is the PDE, first order, and the given condition. Right. We want to use separation of variables. This time, U is the dependent, so let U. The independent is X and T. So let U equals to capital X times capital T. You cannot have Y over here. Must be the capital X times capital T. Next, find the UX. Okay, and then find the UT, not UY. Okay, because our independent variable is T. So find the UT. And you can see that in the PDE, we have UX and then we have UT. So we need to find the UX and UT. Right, from the UX and UT, plug in into the original equation. So we have 4x prime t, okay, plus xt prime, correct. Yang ni dia bawa the 3u or to the left hand side. So minus 3xt equals to 0. Alright, okay, correct. And then now, so basically here they divide by xt lah. Siapa yang tak nampak macam mana pula boleh jadi ni ke sini ni. So, xt. So the first term will give us 4x prime divided by x. Okay. Then dia bawa yang xt prime ke kanan. So minus t prime divided by t plus 3 lah. Equals to k. Kan dia buat kanan. So minus t prime over t. Okay. So ini pun once again the 3 here. You can keep it with the x. Okay. If you don't want it to keep with the t. Boleh je. So we have 4x prime divided by x equals to this minus t prime divided by t plus 3 equals k. In other words, we have 3 equations actually. This term x equals to constant k and then the terms in t also equals to k. So solve both. Ni yang in x and this one, the one in t. Okay, I believe that we will get two separable equation for both x and t. So let's go through. X prime dibawa ke sana. Okay. So example capital X. So D small x ke kanan. Okay. So ln x. Okay, correct. The answer for capital X is a to the power of e k x over 4. Okay, correct? Boleh dapat kan sampai situ? For the X. Okay, now for the T. This nak dia bawa 3 to the right side. So K minus 3. Lepas tu minus bawa ke sana. Yang ini pun dia depends on how you keep your negative sign lah. If you maintain on the left hand side, then you follow through maintain and then you will see your T tu look different lah. Tak apa. Kadang-kadang orang tak bawa kanan macam ni, dia negatif dia bawa kanan pula. So that the T prime equals to 3 minus K times capital T. Boleh jadi berbeza lah. It depends you bawa kiri kanan. Apa benda yang bawa kiri kanan kan? So ini kalau saya follow through yang ini, dt bla 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 ni, ln t correct, ini exponent. So the e to the power of c2 can be written as b lah. Okay. So once we have the u and t plus x and t, now we can update our u lah. Our u take the x time with the capital T, or the a times b can be written as a new constant d. So basically this is our general solution. Alright. The solution. Okay. up to there. So now, let's plug in the condition. So given this one, u is 0 t equals to 3 e of minus t minus blah blah. Okay. So based on your friend calculation over here, when they repeat u 0 t the given. Oh, saya tak buka lagi dia punya lecture notes. Soalan tu dia berbunyi. Mana bunyi dia lain sikit kan? Dia tak bagi dalam U0T je gitu. Mana dah ayat dia? Ini lambat sikit lah. Tunggu dulu. Okay, desktop ni dia berusia dah sikit. Dah berumur dah. Tahu dah desktop ni ya. Separation of variable. Oh, come. Dia bagi dalam bentuk ni. The question mentioned in this form. Given that u equals to this one, when x equals to 0, okay, dia kind of like macam pudding or sentence form lah. So mathematically, u equals to when x equals to 0. So mathematically, ni betul lah. So u 0 t, x 0, t maintain t. Okay, so u 0 t equals t. So that's correct. Dia punya mathematical statement dia. Okay. This is then the resolution. Replace x with 0. So the term left is yang 3 minus k times t lah. So dE 3 minus k times t equals to this one. Okay. Let's see the approach here. Dia buat macam ni. Lepas tu, the ln both side. Right hand side, ln d times can be written as ln d plus ln blah blah tu. Okay. That's two mathematically. Okay. Ini ln on the right hand side. Ini dia write down in this form. And then ln ini dia samakan pembawah e to 60. So this one 3 e to 5t. Okay. Minus e to t. Okay. Okay. Lepas tu ni okay, lepas tu dia cancel kan. And then dia e to the power 5t with the e to the 60, they become, or you can think of multiply with atas bawah e to the minus t lah, tu pun boleh. Kalau nak imagine macam tu. Tu macam cancel out satu kan. 50 dengan ni jadi minus 1, jadi 1 divided by e to 5t lah. Boleh nampak dia cancel out 1 e to t. Okay. Right. Lepas tu yang ln e to the power of, ln e of something dapat balik yang power tu. Okay. Yang ini ln division boleh jadi tolak. Okay, minus. So ln 3e to the power 4t minus 1 minus ln e 5t. Okay. Dan ln e jadi 5t only. Okay, betul. Look okay. Cuma dia lepas tu ln d dah jadi sama dengan ni. So by comparing, d equals to ni 3 minus k equals to minus 5 lah. So k will equals to 8, correct? Okay, so dia now update dia punya general solution. So uxt will equals to 3 e to 40 minus 1 times into d. So e to the power of kx over 4, k is 8. So 2x, okay, minus 5t. Okay, and then kalau dia darab, so 3 okay, to x, okay, 40 minus 5t minus t, then minus yang ini. Okay, let's just keep this calculation over here. Now kita investigate what happen if we use superposition principle or by investigating two terms. Tengok beza ke tak beza. Salin balik dia punya condition basically U0T Ini question mark dulu kat sini. Now kita nak buat yang cara sepatutnya. Using superposition principle, U0T equals to PE T oh dia kat sini ni sepatutnya saya boleh ambil ini terus kan. So when x equals to 0, ini dia punya ni. So we will have d e to the power of 3 minus k t, right? X0. So this one will equals to yang ni lah. Minus e to minus 5t. Okay, kalau kita investigate one by one, so consider ini ada one term and then ini ada another two terms. So we expect solution to this PDE, the combination of U1 and U2 lah. Itu kat situ. So kalau kita by comparing dengan 1, kalau 1, so ini D, E, 3 minus KT, ini equals to. So therefore, in this case, we'll get D equals to 3. And then K, 3 minus K, kalau tak boleh nak jumlah, boleh je. 3 minus K equals to minus 1, so K will equals to 4, right? So therefore, U1 here, D is 3, so 3. E to the power of Kx divided by 4. K is 4, so X, K, and then minus T. K is 4, right? So 3 minus 4 is minus 1, so minus T. Yeah, that's for U1. So now, kalau kita investigate term number 2, E to the power of 3 minus KT. This time dia minus, don't forget the minus 5T. So D will equals to minus 1. 3 minus K equals to minus 5. K will equals to 8. So this time, kita akan dapat minus D minus 1, right? So minus E to the power of K is 8, so 2x. K is 8, so 3 minus 8 minus 5, so minus 5t. So finally, the uxt. Okay, so take the u1 with the 3 3x minus t, okay, and then minus e to the power of 2x minus 5t. Okay. So, what can we say? Ada beza tak? Ada beza, eh? Okay. Cuba you check. I mean check in order to plug in into the original equation ni lah. So ux 3e x minus t 2e 2x minus 5t, and then ut ut equals to minus 3e to the power of x minus t plus 5 e to the power of 2x minus 5t. If you take 4ux plus ut, 4ux, so we'll have 12 4ux e to the power of x minus t. 4 minus t is 4ux and the plus ut. So minus 3ux minus t plus 5e to 2x minus 5t. So can we get 3u? U is that one. So 12 minus 3 is 9. They look good. Okay, and then minus 5 plus minus 8 plus 5 minus 3. So this is 3u, right? So this is 3u. So 9e, so blah blah, minus 3. So correct. Kalau yang ini cuba cek. Kalau kita cek yang ini. Ni. I wonder juga. Dia dapat ke tidak. Normally I will just do straight away on the superposition principle. So it's interesting that ada yang buat macam ni. So kita boleh sama-sama investigate. So kalau ux in this case, is 6 e to the power of 2x minus t minus 2. Mana-mana minus 2 e to the power of 2x. Kita bukan lebih dah. Nampak lah. 6 e 2x minus t. Kat mana ni? So 2 e to x minus 5t. That is ux. Kalau ut dia minus 3. Okay, please check my calculation because ini tengah duduk pedor, tahu tak pedor? Duduk pedor nak tulis kecil. Tak apa, orang utara dia tahu lah. Ini tengah pedor ni nak jadi dia kecil ni. Minus 3 e to x minus t. Tulis tak rasa kecil-kecil, tulis besar-besar. Tak celui. Nah, ni berapa ni? ut, tu bawa ke depan. Ini jadi plus e to the power of 2x. Minus 5t. Ada 5 kat depan. Ada 5 kat depan. Okay, cuba ambil 4ux. Dapat tak? 4ux and then plus ut. Dapat tak 3u? 4ux. 4ux jadi 24 e to the power 2x minus t minus 8 e to the power 2x minus 5t plus ut minus 3 e to the 2x minus t plus ut, so plus 5 e to the 2x minus 5t. Okay. So jangan ambil yang salah. Yang ini 24 e to the power 2x minus t dengan yang ini. Dia jadi 21. You mana you? Dapat tak? Saya ada salah kira tak mana-mana? Check. Zika tak sama Tak sama benda that tak boleh proof lah yang the 4ux plus ut equals to 3u tak dapat kan? Betul? So in this case, mana ni? Aduh, saya tak ada salah kira kan? Mentang-mentang lah nak bagi dia tak sama, salah kira memang dah tak sama. Memang tak kan? Okay. So, ada tak saya salah kira? 4 dan minus 8 to just ut. Betul eh? So basically, okay. So now our question, which one is correct? So if I check for the one that where I use the superposition principle macam ni, buat 1 and then buat 2, yes, we can prove that. They satisfy the 4ux plus ut equals to 3u. But kalau yang ini, tadi kita dah check, we cannot prove that the 4ux ni and then plus ut, dia tak boleh. We cannot show that it is equal to not equal lah, 3u. Okay. So in other words, now all of us can learn. So how do you deal with a problem where you have the two terms in the given condition? So this will be the approach. You kena consider yang apa ni, superposition principle ni. You investigate each term. You consider ni first term, you find the dk, and the second term dia macam separately. Kalau ada tiga lah you buat investigation. So your u2 will be the u1 plus u2 u3. Okay, so dia itu superposition. Dia all this u1 u2, kalau ada lagi u3, dia solution to the u actually. So superposition principle said kita kena add up all the solution. Right? Okay, good. Terus, I like it. Ada apa? Perbincangan di situ. Under mathematical. Kan nampak macam tak ada problem pun. What I can say is, kenapa tak boleh ni? Nampak macam okey kan? Satu benda yang kena nampak, D tu dia constant tau. D tu constant. Bila kita buat ni, D ni dia tak keluar constant ni. Dia kalau one for the case yang kita tak tahu kan, kita tak tahu boleh ke tidak ni. Satu yang you boleh terdetik bila you come across ini, bila you buat research lah kan, you patut ada critical thinking, argue kat sini. D constant, tapi bila calculate dia tak keluar constant. Ini ada function of t. Situ dah nampak ada something wrong. Bila something wrong, bila kita buat research something wrong tu pun siapa yang nak prove? Siapa yang nak prove something wrong? Next, kalau you buat research, you kena cari another approach, and then satu cara is you check yang inilah. You check balik. Okay, kalau ini betul, bila kita check, it's not satisfied the given PDE pun, maksudnya tak betul lah tu. So betul lah kita punya yang question mark dekat sini, kita punya kenapa pula D ni tak keluar constant tapi keluar function. Begitu. So kalau you buat research that kind of thing, thinking tu perlu ada lah. Okay, kita rehat sekejap. So yang section bagi tadi, section 1, I did not proceed to the second order, tapi you all kita kena proceed. Next week cuti dia tak sempat. Okay, let's take a break. 2 minit cukup lah. Jam hari ni 12.11. So 12.13 tak lagi kita sambung. Mana nota? Dia dah buka nota. Separation variables dan second order. Okay. Siapa puasa 6, minta maaf saya minum. 14. Okey, dan first order. Jangan dia buat Kahoot saya rasa first order. Tapi mana dah nak main. Nak bagi nota. Second order. Okey. Screen ni syok lah besar. Tapi kalau saya buat sampai 3 page nanti tak nampak. Tapi 2 page ni saya dah jadi macam gedabak besar depan ni. Okay, kita warm up dulu dengan yang introduction to second order, dia punya classification. Tengok lepas tu apa? Method belum lagi, kita just nak yang ini. Dia macam intro lah. Kadang-kadang saya skip dia ni, tak apalah. Ini je kita bincang, yang ini next week. Okay. Suku 2.4 second order partial differential equations. The general second order PDE in two variables x, y is given by this one. A u x x plus b u x y plus c u y y plus blah blah. This is constant coefficient. Not necessarily constant coefficient. We can have non-constant coefficient. Macam ni. This is also second order non-constant lah. The y kan. Yang ini constant coefficient. Ini constant. Ini pun constant coefficient. Yang ini non-constant coefficient. Okay. If our second order PDE in this form, this second order PDE can be classified as hyperbolic second order PDE if the b square minus 4ac greater than 0. But you need to make sure you determine or write down the BAC correctly lah. B is the coefficient for UXY. A is the coefficient for UXX. C coefficient for UYY. So aim for this one. Yang the first three ni. A, B, C. If you calculate the B square minus 4AC, the greater than 0, that means the second order PDE is a hyperbolic second order PDE. Okay. If your B square minus 4AC equals to 0, it is actually second order parabolic PDE. Dia punya classification lah. If B square minus 4AC less than 0, it is elliptic second order PDE. Okay. In our discussion, in our lecture, we will not use this classification much, dia punya terminology ni, but it's good for you to know dia punya classification lah. Alright. So warm up question. The nature of each of the following equations, whether elliptic, parabolic or hyperbolic. Kacang ni saya tunggu you all kira lah. A apa? Tapi make sure yang make sure A, B, C tu betul lah. Jangan tersalah ambil. Ambil nama sikit. Dekat participant je lah. Malah nak bersih-bersih. Hari ni berapa hari bulan? 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ezri. Ezri. Ada tak Ezri? Cuba kira. Yang A dapat apa? Ini ada. Dah kira dah? B square minus 4AC awak dapat apa? Simple je dia. Saya ketik nama lah. Ezri tambah 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Saya tengok kat ni tahu participant. Jenny, Ezri hantar yang A kat Telegram. Dia punya A, B, C. Simple je kat question dia. Ini warm up punya question dia. Jenny ada? Okay. Jenny buat yang B. Kira ni je. Tambah tolak ni je. Jangan salah ambil A, B, C je. Alright. 2022 tambah 2 lah. Tambah 2 Justin. Justin Lim Zishin. Justin ada? Nama ada. Hanya tak tahu lah ni. Justin Lim Zishin. Alright, hi doctor. Okay, could you please do C? Tak ada benda pun. Ni je. Kira B square minus 4AC. Dia tengok nilai dia. Greater than 0, hyperbolic. Equals to 0, parabolic. Kalau less than 0, elliptic. Right, Sandro? So ini belum lagi. Method for second order belum lagi. Hari ni dia just warm up nak introduce to you second order je. You dah assignment. After this actually you dah boleh jawab yang number 2 tu. Number 2 tu walaupun dia boleh jawab dulu. I put as number 2 because of diffusion affection tu not in the context of our discussion lah. Tapi dia the second order. Sebab tu saya letak macam number 2 lah. Konsep dia simple je. You plug in the given solution into the question asal tu kan, nak reduce dia. Tak tahulah, dia boleh imagine apa yang saya bebel ni. Ezri dah. Kan pendek je kira. Note lah senang. Topik example 2.1. Hyperbolic. Orang lain dapat hyperbolic. Saya copy dia punya ni. Sekarang tak nampak pula mana satu A, B, C dia. Ni. Macam ni. Level 2.4.1a. Okay. So, we need to calculate the B square minus 4AC lah. So, B yang mana? Salah ambil je lah kan. B is yang ni B, ni A, ini C. Okay. So, B is 4, 4AC, 4 times A is 3, C minus 1 lah. So, you get 28. So, 28 meaning that it is greater. Okay, greater than 0. So, greater than 0, hyperbolic. Ni, greater than 0, hyperbolic lah. Right. Okay. Sini nampak dah ada. Tersengit-sengit kepala. Tak apa. Jangan risau, kita boleh pusingkan dia. Tapi sebenarnya kan dulu masa first guna OneNote ni, rupanya dia boleh flip dekat sini. Beberapa ketika jugalah, saya tak tahu yang dia rupanya boleh flip. Tak buat je lah. Okay, B. Okay, for B, A, B, C again. Kita pula A ni A. Be careful lah, sometimes dia punya susunan, the U, X, Y, Y tu dia boleh berubah. Ni B lah. Yang ni dia tak berubah lah kedudukan ni. B square minus 2 square minus 4 times 1 times 1 lah. So 4 minus 4 0 eh. So you get 0. So if 0, parabolic. Is that correct? Tengok nota. 0. Yes, parabolic. Second order parabolic PDE. Okay, one more. Justin, okay, hyperbolic eh. Yang lain pun dapat eh. Ni warm up je ni. Warm up to second order. Hyperbolic. B square minus 4AC. Justin, cuba tengok balik. A is 4. B 0. Okay. Ni B 0. C 1. Justin, can you make correction? Be careful lah. Oh, dia tak ada B. Yang the coefficient for UYY that is C. B tak ada, dia 0. Saya betulkan kat sini eh. Okay, for C, ni for C. So kena be careful. For C, ni dia punya A. B, we don't have B here, so B 0. This is C, C equals to 1. So basically, A equals to 4. Yes, elliptic. So A equals to 4, B equals to 0, C equals to 1. So, ni tak ada, ni 0. So minus 4 times 4, C times 1. So dia akan dapat minus 16. So minus 16. So if minus 16, dia less than 0 eh. It's not hyperbolic, but then it is elliptic. Elliptic second order PDE. Ni, less than 0, dia elliptic. Ya, dah betulkan dekat Telegram eh. Yes, it is elliptic. So kena be careful. Okay, dan yang itu classification sikit. Okay, ini second order PDE derivation eh. So kita direct by example lah. The same concept as in yang first order hari tu. First order pun ada kan? Kita tajuk dia. Classification and derivation lah. Classification and derivation. Di sini. Classification. Order. Jadi tak ada theory, tak ada apa. Just use your knowledge from the first order PDE. Kalau you still remember, we ada questions on, we are given arbitrary function in general form. Kita nak create dia punya second order. Walaupun yang ini soalan dia ni not that clear lah. Dia tak mention second order. Ni our aim is on second order lah ni eh. So obtaining second order, tambahlah kat sini. Second order. Second order. Hitam tak nampak pula guna color lain lah. Stop, okay. So soalan ada, itu general dia. Example 2.4.2, eliminate the arbitrary functions from the following so obtaining second order partial differential equations, of which the general solutions are given by this one. Okay. Recall on first order PDE derivation. Okay, if you want to create first order, then kita kena develop the UX, UY lah. For second order, not only UXY, you kena buat the UXX, UYY lah. So from that arbitrary function, find the UX. It's just that recall on the partial derivative of arbitrary function, the f, the in bracket x plus y. So ux, okay. Ini dia ada involve chain rule sikit kan. So in short, dia basically the f prime. Okay, so we differentiate the whole f tu. So it will be the f prime, right? Plus 1. And then make sure you need to multiply with the one in bracket. Yang ini kalau you terlupa, you selamat lah, because the derivative for the x plus y with respect to x, dia times with 1 kan. Kalau you terlupa, dia macam sama lah balik. So let's say kalau sini ada 2. Kalau you tak darab dengan 2 jadi salah lah. Ini x plus y selamat lah. So the f prime, globally f prime, and then multiply with the derivative inside the bracket. So 1 That's for f. Kalau for g, so plus g prime x minus y. Dan sini pun saya tulislah times by 1. Tak tulis pun tak apa. That is your ux. Okay. We also need uy. Because only from uy then we can have uyy kan. Tak boleh jump terus uyy. So uy. So kalau uy, same concept. Dia akan jadi f prime x plus y. And then times 1. Yang ni saya tak tulis. The second one, so plus g prime x minus y. Yang ni, kalau you forgot to times with the derivative for the one inside the bracket, you akan salah. Sebab dia akan times with minus 1 kan. You differentiate x minus y with respect to y, it will give you minus 1. Okay. Itu kena berhati-hati. From ux, let's find uxx. uxx So tadi kita dah dapat ni Ini kalau saya salin balik dia jadi f prime plus y saja plus g prime x minus y lah. Kalau kita differentiate lagi dia akan dapat sama konsep lah. Dah f prime lagi f double prime. And then differentiate with the one inside the bracket dia just 1 lah. So ni kalau nak nampak kan yang ada multiplication tu dia times 1 double prime x minus y times with 1 lah. Okay. So kalau uyy so dia f double prime x plus y dia pun dia just times with this time respect to y so 1 juga. Tapi yang dekat sini okay. Kalau saya turunkan bawah sikit. Write down this one. Dia jadi minus ni. Kan? So uyy f double prime times 1. Di sini minus g double prime x minus y. Dia kena multiply with minus 1 lagi lah. The derivative for x minus y. And the one in the bracket tu will give us minus 1. Okay. Now, did you still remember how do we develop second order PDE from UX yang kita ada ni. So, tengok-tengok and then we want to eliminate. Kat sini pun dia mention ya. Eliminate the arbitrary functions. kena try tengok apa yang kita boleh tambah ke tolak ke so that we can get rid of the arbitrary function. Apa nak buat? So basically ni UXX. Kita boleh nampak sini ada F double prime. Sini ada F double prime kan. So kalau kita ambil UXX tolak UYY, dia akan habis kan? Betul? And then ini kalau kita tulis balik sekali, sebenarnya jadi plus. Kita nak hilangkan ni. Ni, okay, ini dah clearly nampak dah. Dia sama kan? Sama ada U samakan or you take the UXX minus UYY lah. So, UXX, kita tulis macam ni dululah. UXX equals to UYY or UXX minus UYY equals to 0. So, ini second model that we can develop from the given arbitrary function. Okay, dan pukul berapa? 12.36. Sampai 2.4.2. Dah kejung pula dah. Tanya 4.2 kan. Not yet, they're not yet solving. Kita punya aim memang nak solve lah. Tapi hari ni not yet on the solving, they just apa yang nak cakap ni intro lah. Dia punya fundamental background of the solution to second order PDE. Okay. Tak ya? Nanti ke-8, kalau tak sempat yang tu pun tak apa. Kita discuss yang ni je. Saya Malaysia boleh je habis lewat kan. Saya pula yang tak boleh hari ni ada benda sikit pukul 1. Tentang syarat pula. Jumaat, hari Khamis memanglah hectic day. Apa nak buat ni? Okay, nak bincang yang ni. Apa ni? AB. Find the form of the function f theta. Yang ni sikit-sikit on this one, dia punya konsep tu boleh guna in your assignment tu, yang second question. Kan dia ada second order atas, lepas tu dia bagi macam ni V lah, dia punya dependent, dan dia bagi V. So basically you kena plug in dalam ni lah. Cuma yang itu dia agak panjang jugalah. Dia agak panjang. So you can start now. Example 2.4.2, number 2 here. If V equals to blah blah blah, A, B constant Okay. Satisfy the equation ni. find the form of the function f theta. So f theta kat sini. Okay. So in here, V equals to 1. So we take note that V2 is a function of r theta lah. V satisfy the equation. Okay. Kalau dia satisfy the equation, meaning that from this V, plug in into here lah. But then in the given, ini second order, we don't have exactly the V. Tapi kita ada the del square V del R square or the VRR, right? Ini ada VR, ini ada V theta theta. So we need to find that VRR, V theta theta lah. So I will start with tulis balik V ni. V ni kalau kita tulis balik dia AR plus VR R theta VR del V del R is VR lah. Ini VR lah. So VR so theta constant. So don't have to worry about yang ni. Ni tulis je lah balik. Okay, constant. Focus on the R. So AR plus derivative. So A je lah. A kat sini. B over R minus B divided by R square, right? Ini F theta maintain. Okay, dan VR. What else? Ini ada VRR. Ini ada VRR ni. Ini VRR. So, ala-ala ada VR, proceed VRR dulu lah. VRR. Once again, F theta is just a constant. Lantaklah di ujung tu. Focus on the yang in the one in the bracket. A the constant. Okay, focus on the B divided by R square. So, the derivative will give us minus 2. Kalau siapa tak nampak, buat naik dia ke atas lah. Dia jadi minus B R minus 2 kan. So, if you differentiate, minus plus lah, plus. Dia jadi plus lah. 2 B R to the power of minus 3. Dan F theta. Sama juga dengan 2B divided by R cube lah. Okay, next dekat sini we have ni V theta theta. So V theta theta. So in order to get V theta theta, first of all, tak boleh jump straight away to V theta theta. So we need to find the V theta first. Ini tadi function kita. So this one just constant. Focus on the second one lah. Ini je ni F theta. In general, arbitrary function F theta. So don't worry, kita dah buat banyak kali arbitrary function. So F theta differentiate respect to theta. F prime je lah. F prime theta. Don't worry, don't be scared of macam mana nak differentiate ni F theta in arbitrary function. So arbitrary function, you just follow through this still arbitrary. So put the prime dekat situ. So V theta theta. The one in bracket ni dia constant maintain. Dia not become 0 Dia maintain over there. Dia macam number lah. 2, 3. Kita tak boleh hilangkan dia. Dia maintain over here. And then F. Now sekali lagi F double prime lah. Alright. Saya nak copy dia letak. Kalau tak boleh pula. Jangan dia kat situ. Saya nak pindah dia. Okay, now kita punya aim apa? Kata the B satisfied that find the form of F theta. Kita nak F theta. So, masuk dalam equation. From the VR, VRR, V theta theta include into the original equation. Inilah semua ni. Now become R square VRR, VRR, VRR. to be f theta plus r VR. VR is A minus V over R square f theta is R, VR, and then plus V theta theta, which is the A plus F1. And this one equals to 0. Okay, let's see what can we do. What can we do? Jadi 2B dah boleh cancel kan dulu. R F theta. Okay. Plus yang ini darab ke dalam, we will have AR and then R. Keep in mind, kita nak cari apa ni? Matlamat jangan lari. Our focus, our aim is to find the F theta. Ini ada F theta. Ada tertinggal tak? Ini tak ada prime-prime Memang F theta saja, yang second pun F theta. Okay. Ini masih lagi sama je, tak berubah. Tak ada nak darab-darab. Equals to 0. Okay. So ini derivative Apa nak buat? Ini dengan ni benda yang sama ni. Ni F theta kan? F theta. And then second term ni dia F double prime. Okay. Any idea? F theta tu. The first two terms. Boleh tak simplify kan? Kan 2B over R, yang the second term tu ada B over R. So what do you suggest? Nak maintain ke nak combine? Our aim is to find the F theta. Okay. Factorize F theta. Okay, that is correct. That's a good idea. Here we can factorize the F theta or combine the first two though. So basically ini 2B over R F theta and then plus AR minus BR F theta. So dia akan jadi AR. Ini 2B minus BR lah. So jadi B over R only, right? Okay. Okay. Macam memberi harapan yang sangat besar. Sebab apa? Tengok ni, ni dah sama pula ni. Cantik. AR plus B over R, right? AR plus B over R, ni F theta. Ni AR plus B over R also. F double prime theta. So boleh pula now we can factorize the AR plus. Ini dia. Darab dengan F theta plus dengan F double prime theta. Right. So kita ada dua benda sini. AR plus BR times this one. It equals to 0, right? Okay, kita ada two function. Dua benda lah sini. So, bila darab, mesti salah satu equals to 0, right? And then in our V, salah contoh-contoh ni. In our V, look at our V. Our V here is AR plus BR times F theta. Ni V kita. So for sure, the AR plus BR ini not equals to 0. They cannot equal to 0. Why? If we say that the AR plus B over R equals to 0, habis kita punya V ni. AR plus B over R ni dia in the V. If you equate this to 0, V equals 0, tak ada makna. Okay, so the one that can equal to 0 is in the second one lah. So therefore, alright, dah nampak hujung-hujung sinar sikit, ada cahaya di hujung terowong. Theta ini equals to 0. Okay, what is this? Ini just a second order. Ni dah jadi second order homogeneous lah. ODE biasa, F double prime kan ODE. Macam ni imagine Y double prime plus Y lah. Gitu. Kan sama je. Cuma sini dia F theta. Ni dah second order homogeneous. Boleh dapatkan kalau macam ni. You can find the Y, right? How do you find the Y? Or in this case, F theta lah. Ni dah second order homogeneous equation, kan? ODE biasa, ordinary differential equation. Siapa ada idea pula? Macam mana, how do you relate with ni? Ini masa bila belajar ni? Second order homogeneous M square, benda tu. Cari the M. Biasanya guna M lah. Tak tahulah you guna lain pula. Characteristic equation dia panggil. Kan, dia similar tu yang macam ni lah. Kalau Y double prime plus Y equals to 0, then you cari you change this to M square plus 1 equals to 0 kan? Betul? Anybody? Macam mana, how do we solve? F theta, Ang Chin Chai dah direct dah dapat dia punya jawapan. Yes, that's the answer. How do you get to that one? Apa step dia? So in second order homogeneous equation, in order to solve, you can refer to yang, if you are familiar with yang dalam Y, the same concept as yang ni lah. So where later on, nanti you akan ada yang M square. Ini kan M square plus 1 equals to 0, you dapat M. And then you look at the M, dia one roots ke, two roots or complex roots. And then you ada dia punya, if two same roots, what is dia punya jawapan? Kalau two different roots, apa dia punya form of answer kan? So yang tu. Boleh recall tak yang tu? In this case, cuma ni F double prime. Kalau you nak susun balik, dia macam ni lah. F double prime theta plus F theta equals to 0. So kita ada ni characteristic equation tu. So M square plus 1 equals to 0. So M square equals to minus 1. So M akan dapat plus minus I. Ni complex. So bila complex number, bila complex number I, so therefore, dia punya form of solution tu, dia akan jadi dalam bentuk cos and sin kan. Sini dia akan jadi itulah A. Cos theta plus B sin theta. So that's to answer this particular example. Find the form of the function of f theta. So ini lah. So f theta will be this form lah. A cos theta plus B sin theta. Okay. Kalau tak ingat ni, tak boleh jawab lah. Ni kena buka kitab balik ni. Ni ada yang ni lah, ada yang kalau two different roots, dia in exponential terms kan, A e to the power of m1x plus B e to the power of m2x. Yang itu. Ini the complex form dia dalam bentuk ni. Dia cos and sin. Okay. Yang last ni, connection between the constant W and alpha, so that V may be a solution of. Put this same concept ya. And the question ni on the understanding of the relationship between the solution and the PDE. Basically you plug in balik je kan. Bagi you rough idea, then you will proceed. Yang ni agak panjang dia punya calculation. I will just give you a rough idea to answer this example 2.4.23. The connection between the constant W and alpha, so that V, in the V we have the alpha and then the W. The W and the alpha mana ada lagi tak? There may be a solution of. So you just gantilah. So from the V, you need to find the Vxx and then the Vt. Because of the involved two terms, if you differentiate with respect to t, I think that Vt ini tak panjang sangat. Because di sini in X, ini sign dia just become constant, right? So differentiate sign will give you cos. Ini pun the first term constant. Tapi when it comes to find the Vx, ini dia panjang sikit. The Vx, we have together ni one term plus ni another two terms. Tapi in each term tu, in here itself, you need to use product rules. Sini ada A, e to the power of X, right? Vx nanti you akan ada product rule, so dia akan jadi panjang lah. From the first term ni, daripada E times sign ni, product rule nanti akan jadi 2. Lepas tu yang ini also, for the second term also, ini product rule, so another 2, so altogether ada 4 terms. And then bila you nak buat Vxx, nanti still akan ada product rules. So Vxx ni will be quite lengthy. Carefully and then just compare je dia punya coefficient. The answer will be, dia tu cari apa? Connection between the constant W and alpha. So answer dia, you will get alpha square will equals to W.